Anyway, the moral of the story is that attention-seeking behavior drives me insane. I find all of it off-putting. Other people seem to get sucked in, and maybe it's me, and maybe I just have anything that seems like weakness I detest, and I don't know what that says about my own vulnerability, aversion, and my own problems. But boy, if something bad happened to me, it would not be on the internet. Welcome back and happy Tuesday, turkeys. How long have we known each other?
We've known each other for 2 decades.
I am not apologizing for who I am or what I like or the people that I love.
How do I be a wife? How do I be a mom? And how do I be myself in all of that? You didn't see that coming, did you?
There we go. Good morning. Welcome
Good morning.
back.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. When I first took out my buns of my hair, I looked like Bon Jovi, but it has since settled into a more normal fashion.
It's cute.
Thank you. Let's roll the dice and see what we're talking about today.
This is so fun. What is Bon Jovi hair?
Like a mullet, curly.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
It was giving me some real hairband man vibes. 5 ideas. All right, we're going to try another pick.
Let's do it.
Oh, I don't think we did this one yet. What do you think are the most annoying character traits in people and yourself, and why?
Did we not do that one?
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, I think we did one where it's like, what's the best trait and the worst trait about you? Or something about the best, because I remember having a hard time with that one.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
What do you think are the most annoying characteristics of other people and yourself?
Yes. I originally did this just to be of other people, but then I sort of realized like maybe I think you have said this before, as have other folks, but the things that we find most annoying in other people are probably things that we don't like about ourselves. So I thought I would include that as part of the discussion, just to be, I don't think fair is the right word, but to be self-reflective maybe, and also to not sound like an egotistical turd.
No, I feel you. I was just thinking, my original thought was AI doesn't like any of my answers because they never picked me. But then I was like, maybe it's the universe, and maybe it's because I'm talking about aliens and existential topics.
We did have your mind fuck question last week.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, that's true. Anyway, characteristics. I mean, there's a long list of annoying ones. How do I narrow this down?
It's weird the timing of this. It's really weird the timing that this one got picked, because literally yesterday I was having a conversation with my friend Erin about how much people annoy me. And I think she had said basically the moral of the story was her saying, I sound like I'm being a bad person, but really only 5 people truly get under my skin. And then I specifically texted her back and said, well, you're better than me because everyone annoys me and I truly only like about 5 people. And I think 2 of them might be my dogs.
I was going to say, that is flipped for me, where like 5 people in my life don't annoy me. And everyone else literally annoys me in some capacity. I mean, it's not.
I mean, there's more people than that I truly do enjoy, but oh my God, it made me laugh so hard. And it's ironic that we're talking about this today because I have things ripe for the picking.
Do you want to kick it off then? Because I'm trying to think.
I think my number one most annoying thing about other people currently on the forefront of my thoughts is the attention-seeking behavior, especially that of social media. And this is all coming after a long discussion / investigation, if you will, prompted by my discussion with my friend Erin, in which we were reviewing somebody's social media posts, because she basically messaged me and said, am I being a turd, or is this weird?
Okay.
And I immediately said, no, this is super fucking weird. The lady I don't want to give away too much of her situation, because if she is being sincere, then I wouldn't want to draw attention, if that makes sense. But at the face value, it would appear that while a family member of hers is going through a very serious illness, it appears as though she is using it for her own social media following.
Yeah.
And there's this whole post, quote unquote, crying, in which there were no tears. It literally, the first thing I wrote back to Erin was, this sounds like the person who offed their family member and then called 911 to pretend that there was an emergency. Who was that? Was that Lacey Peterson?
I mean,
he did that.
Timely though. There's this whole thing all over social media about this mom and her husband going on the news and like being like, I got punched in the eye and someone kidnapped my kid. Well, now the whole thing has switched and it's like there's too many inconsistencies. We're suspecting foul play. Same thing. She was not crying at all. She was like alligator tears. Is that what they call it? When you're like pretending to
Yeah.
cry, but you're not actually crying?
Yeah. And there weren't even tears.
No water at all.
Yeah. No water. Real try, not for lack of trying. So anyway,
My gosh.
that whole thing is a whole other side tangent. And after this morning, I started my day doing AI investigations of possible other causes for the symptoms that could be inflicted by another person.
Oh my God.
But again, I would never want to
Yeah.
actually harm somebody else in their grief process, but it was just highly suspicious. And then at the end of the day, even if everything is true, for me, I find it very unbecoming when people take something that is awful and overexpose it on social media and then
Especially
exploit
when
it
it's
for
not,
themselves.
yeah, and it's not even like her story to tell, really.
And I think that the same exact thing could be happening in a way that doesn't seem like we want attention.
Right.
But anyway, the moral of the story is that attention-seeking behavior drives me insane. There's another couple that Jason and I know peripherally that are constantly posting about each other and taking pictures of each other, and then they constantly share each other's pictures so that their stories are exactly the same
Yeah. Yeah.
every day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's too much. Me and
And
Kenny have done
also,
that, but not
they're
every
full
day.
adults,
Yeah.
like adult children age. Anyway, there's things where you can tell. It's just the energy, man. There's times where you can tell that people are sharing something that they just want to share with their friends. And then there's times that people are sharing things for likes and follows and social media
Mm-hmm.
attention. And this character trait plays out on many fronts. It's not just social media, but it's the person that comes up to you that says something self-deprecating so that you will compliment them
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
instead of just being genuine. It's just the whole everything's about me. Even look, Jason and I were talking about this the other day because we know someone else who was suffering with a serious illness. I was like, there isn't a world on this planet, in this universe, in the galaxies, where I would want other people to turn my name into a hashtag and make a big deal about me. I know some of that's personality based, whatever. People can think I'm being judgy, but I don't know, dude. I don't know. I find all of it off-putting. Other people seem to get sucked in, and maybe it's me, and maybe I just have anything that seems like weakness I detest, and I don't know what that says about my own vulnerability, aversion, and my own problems. But boy, if something bad happened to me, it would not be on the internet all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And
I could
then with
see,
shirts.
yeah. I mean, the only thing I can see is like if financially someone was going to do like a GoFundMe for like a serious thing and people are trying to raise money, but just to share, that feels stressful to me. So attention seeking, I feel like I can also fit some things in that bubble. Like you've kind of gone a couple ways. Social media is one where it's like, we are grown adults, people. Maybe it's because because I was gonna say maybe it's in my mom era, but you're not there, you're a dog mom. And like I feel like we feel the same way about this. Maybe it's just the age that we're coming upon, but it's like now's not the time to be a helpful show. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, social media is weird. I'll just say that and I'll leave it there. It's just like I guess what I have a problem with is if you want to dress sexy and cute for you or your husband or whoever you may want to be dressing up for, totally fine. I love the energy. But there's like this air around only a couple people's like posting about it, whether they're a very big influencer or not. It's just like there's something behind it that always tends to go back to insecurity. And that's just like not a sexy trait to me, even though we all have it. Again, this is like a mirror. So like I've got insecurities. But anyway, that and then like attention seeking, I was thinking about something else, like almost in like a corporate or a job setting. Some people are those people that just have to raise their hand. They have to be the goody two shoes. They have to be up, whose butt. And I'm just like, but they don't even do their job well. And they're just, you know what I'm saying? And that drives me crazy because I'm like, Everyone loves them, even though they're so annoying because basically they're kiss ass.
My coworker calls that testifying.
Ow. That's funny.
My God, shout out to Lindsay. She makes me piss myself the way that she describes situations, which is the language that she uses. It makes me laugh so hard, but she coined that term for me the other day. Exact person you're describing.
Yeah.
It's always this. In our job, there's a lot of room for people to be overly emotionally involved or to make these huge emotional overtures, but it'll be a group meeting. I have a question. There's no question. And then we proceed to just emotionally oh my God, and it was so amazing. And it's this whole long testimony.
Yeah.
That ends with our jobs are just so important. Oh my God. I've seen this happen with multiple people multiple times. I could even see something similar to that at your job with someone trying to pretend to be inspiring about or giving people their dream homes.
It's just, people are like, drink, someone's drinking the Kool-Aid. It's just one that's so over the top. Like, I love my job and I love my employer, but they're doing it for a reason that's not genuine. And that's what makes me annoyed. I
Yeah,
think
that's what it is.
disingenuousness.
Yeah. And I was going to say insincerity because I knew I could pronounce it.
Well, there's one that's like and what? Well, anyway, there's like double on. What is that? Where it's like dis and then ingenuine. So I'm like, isn't that two? Whatever, it doesn't matter. It like cancels each other out, but like it's actually a word because I've looked this up before. Okay. I digress, but I think it's the insecurity and the disingenuousness of
That's what
people.
it is.
It's like the motive behind everything that really pisses me off.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes. Because just what you said, there are things in my job that are super inspiring or sweet or moments that are really touching or heartfelt. Also, though, I think it's when you conflate that situation into your own importance. And that's when it
Yeah.
gets gross too, when it's like, I'm the best. And just like you said, it's unfounded. I don't know. I don't know where and there's sort of an intangible quality because somebody could post about their journey with whatever. Pick something. My journey with Parkinson's, whatever the thing could be. My journey with my husband's such and such surgery. It could be a community of people reaching out and getting resources together and providing support and insight and all of that. And then somebody else can do the exact same thing, but there's some sort of tone behind it that is insincere and not genuine. And you just it feels slimy.
Exactly.
And
That's
it's
the difference.
slimes.
Yeah, it's the slimy limeys.
I think when people are calling attention to themselves in general, when they're making it about them, that's when things get weird.
Yeah. It's like there's a difference between sharing a story to connect with other people and get community from it and support versus telling a story only for the benefit of attention.
Yeah.
Like, what was me? Which maybe it is like, what was me? But like that energy is a little icky to me. I don't know.
It's exactly what it is. And as someone who feels like a constant oversharer or who gets overly excited about stuff and then stays up until 2 a.m. thinking about how I freaked people out with my intensity, I can say that I am afraid of being that person. And I don't also
I've never thought that about you. Just FYI.
I'm glad that I have that feeling to keep me from becoming one of those people. Like maybe that's a healthy amount of embarrassment that some people seem to be lacking. I have said this I've articulated this before, not to you maybe. I feel like I have a lot of empath skills, and I also feel like I can read people pretty well. And I'm sort of hyper vigilant to other people's energy states, probably learned them in childhood out of necessity. I have also identified that had I not gone to therapy and gotten healthy, that I could definitely have used my powers for evil. And I think that's also something I'm keenly aware of with myself that I try to be careful of because I sort of sometimes feel like if I wanted to reel somebody in, I could, and I really don't want to be that person. Does that make sense? I'm pretty sure I could be a cult leader if I'd wanted to.
I don't know why I'm laughing. So like maybe that struck a chord. I don't know. But you know what? If there's any other trait that goes along with it, I'd probably be like, I'll join your cult.
I feel like somewhere the roads divided and I took to the healthy version of how to use the particular skills that I've developed, but I think that I could have gone down a real scammy route and probably been pretty successful. I don't know what that says about me.
I would have never thought about that, but it's funny that you said it, but no.
Well, I don't know, man. Like when I do interviews sometimes for jobs, I feel like I can just turn on interview mode and then just blather on about absolute bullshit and reel people in. And sometimes afterwards, I'm like, this is what people describe as a charismatic cult leader skill.
Oh my God. But you're also in an interview, which is different. I don't have that
I know
skill
you're
as
trying
much.
to do it. It's just when I turn it on, I'm
it's like so good.
Well, that sounds real stuck up, but it just, if I had honed my skills in that direction, I feel like I could have done it. Versus in my job now, I do a job that I do genuinely care about the people that I work with, and I do genuinely want to connect with them. So when I turn that on and aim it at somebody and try to, draw them in, it's for an actual like healthy purpose, and I am not faking it with them. But anyway, it was my self-reflection this morning as I was going on a run. I was like, I could have probably started a cult.
Oh my gosh. That is too funny.
It's also because I'm listening to a podcast called Scamanda, the word scam and Amanda.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
It's this lady, I'm pretty sure she's faking her non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, or is it Hodgkin's? Whichever one's the cancer.
Yeah.
I'm only 3 episodes in. Go find it on iTunes. It's everywhere. It's really interesting. I think they made a TV show too.
That's interesting.
Anyway, that's what I was listening to on my run, and that's when it occurred to me. Like, I'm glad that I went to church and had ethics and boundaries and not a cult, that I wasn't in a cult as a young kid. And I'm glad that I went to therapy, and I'm glad that I genuinely care about people, and that I think maybe you become a psychopath when you have the skills of being able to do those things without the empathy where you care about people.
Yeah.
Whatever screws I have loose, at least some of those kinds are intact, so I didn't turn into a villain.
Yeah, therapy screwed you back in, so you're good.
Yeah, we good. And I've always been over.
I've never thought, well, you've shared too much, like you're too vulnerable. I think you're just funny and you have things to say. I've never been like, she's an overshare. I would never think that ever. And that's like, I've known you for so long, but like,
sometimes I'll be like, well, Kaylee, we just did a lot in there.
Hey, you're showing your true colors. That way they can just determine if they want to keep hanging out with you or not.
I talk about oversharing as we're doing a podcast and sharing to strangers, but
is that your most annoying trait? I mean, we haven't even got to ours. Should we table that for a different episode?
I feel like I just touched on the other people's and then what I see reflected in myself.
You did call yourself a cult leader in a different lifetime, so yeah.
There might be another universe where I use my powers for evil.
Oh my timeline. Gosh. That's so funny. Yeah, I'd probably say just real quick that I don't know, sometimes I think this is the only child in me, but sometimes I feel like I can be a little selfish, and that seems annoying because when other people are selfish, I get so annoyed. And then I'm like, wait, I can do that sometimes, and that's not very good. So I'm working on that as a wife and a mom to not be selfish, but I seriously have only child syndrome sometimes for sure.
I love that so much. Yeah. My only other one, not to poop all over myself this morning, is I definitely can have some control issues.
Me too. Yeah. I think that's a lot of like type A, stronger female energy, maybe older child syndrome. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of other factors, but I feel like as a woman, kind of in that little box, if you had to create one, there's a lot of us that have some control issues.
I think a lot of mine stem from when things are out of control, then they feel uncertain or unsafe. It's just, it's a security thing. And then also, as I've said, I do think I'm naturally sort of judgmental. Also, I enjoy judging and indulging in being judgy. So I do have some self-awareness and have regular conversations with myself about like, Kaylee, it's fine. You don't have to do it that way. But no one's being harmed. So just let people fake horseback ride or whatever their hobby is. What do they call that? Hobby horsing?
Yes, I take it so seriously.
I've also learned that I can be supportive of somebody else and be happy for them that they're happy, and also still think something is dumb.
I agree, because
you don't shit on them for it.
I think in another lifetime I could have been a hobby horser. Like, you know, like I'm like a 1-2 over.
As I say this, I did pretend that my bicycle was a horse when I was a kid, so.
But that, yeah. Anyways.
We can wrap this up. Anyway, that was lovely. I'm kind of freaked out how I keep having things come up that are in line with what ends up being chosen on our roll of the dice. So
it's in the human consciousness. What is it? Shared consciousness.
Yeah, the zeitgeist.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway, this was delightful. Everyone, tell us what your thoughts are. What's your most irritating trait in other people? And until next week.
Buddy, bye.
I love you. Bye.
I'm sure someone's going to comment about, you guys are annoying for X, Y, Z.
Right. My most annoying thing is when people use vocal fry. Well, this is just how my voice is.